Bye. If anyone even says the word kinesis to me, I'll break out in hives.
Fucking window capture wasn't working, god damn it.
Window capture.
Alright. So, it's been a couple weeks, but we're back now. Who remembers what happened last time?
We came home. From
Before that.
Sandy.
Before that, we killed a god. Or at
Yeah.
least
Well, not
an emissary
necessarily.
of one.
God.
Or at least an emissary of one. The rest of my sentence that you spoke over.
I think Matt was pretty clear that it was some kind of angel.
It was something.
Angels, commonly called emissaries of the gods. Yes.
Yeah.
Fucking got your ass. But indeed, you guys were able to defeat the Time Warden. And Wick was able to get a cool new upgrade for Lathyar that has made him smart, or made them smarter, and stronger, and better, and cooler, and also function as a holy symbol.
Holy symbol?
Yeah.
What is that?
But defeating that
Okay.
aside, you guys headed back. You talked to the kind of de facto sheriff, mayor, local lord, Duke, the gunslinging survivor of the Dragonfell War, who humbled Emer rather thoroughly by shooting her because
On
she
request.
asked.
Yes.
Beyond that, you guys did some shopping around, bought some cool guns. Chipper has made a new pen pal, and you guys have teleported back to Bjergden, Lamalios, greater area. And you have begun to kind of lay some plans to get some more affairs in order before heading to Shadow March, and ultimately trying to pull some of the locals there that might be sympathetic to causing some carnage on the mainland into solving this whole nasty war business. But before any of that, we have some affairs to settle, so
Where is William So?
she's somewhere.
I have to settle the affair.
Nonetheless, it is the 10th of Cult.
It's so nice to be back somewhere familiar.
Indeed.
Who said that?
It is freshly into the year 392 post-calamity. And it is cold as fuck because it is the middle of winter. So, as you all awaken for the day, what would you like to do?
It's time to get on the boat. We simply must vote.
Where are we boating to?
I couldn't understand what either of you said because you spoke at the same time.
I said, where are we boating to?
I'm not even in character. I'm just saying, out of character, we got a boat.
Skill issue?
D, what did you say?
I just said to the sea.
Okay.
But Matt, did we ever decide how we want to interpret my new feat?
That I kind of left up to you.
Hopefully you're wearing shoes.
Yeah. Well, I asked Sloth if he. Okay, so right, I don't know if you guys remember. I took Fey Touch with my level up, and it could just be that Wick picked some shit up in the grove, but maybe Cirrus could give him a thing if he wants.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got a little forehead kiss.
All right.
What if we pat him on the shoulder, then therefore he's fey touched?
I don't know if you want to jam things up the scene right now, but let's just say.
Go for it.
Do a scene.
Alright. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Sloth, are you good? You good, buddy?
I was not prepared for this, but okay.
I mean, I talked about it last week.
I don't
Can I
remember
ask
things
you?
past yesterday.
I know. I should have messaged you.
Yeah, we could go ahead.
Alright. Cirrus, do you have a moment?
Oh, yes.
I was just wondering, now that you are an archfey, it is within your capability to grant boons, yes?
Yes, I think so. Haven't really tried yet, though.
Right, I didn't think so. I would perhaps like to volunteer as your first test subject.
Oh, alright. Is there anything you were thinking of?
I've no idea what this entails. I just thought, well, you mentioned that, perhaps by replacing parts of my body with things native to the Feywild, my life may be extended. And now that I'm performing a much more important function than before, I thought it might be wise just to dip the toe in, as it's said.
Alright, Well, let's see. And I guess he will think for a little bit. And then, his eyes start glowing, and for a moment, like, you see, instead of Cirrus's, like, the form you're used to seeing out from the Feywilds, you, like it flickers in, his Archfey form for just like a moment. And he will, touch your shoulder. And that's that. Yeah.
Alright, yeah, so I already
Yeah.
kind of had an idea of how this was gonna go.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Wick feels like a sudden warmth in his left forearm and looks down to see a sort of sheath of, like, tough, greenish-white vines have grown around his arm, and there's a sort of grouping of these, like, bright metal beads on the outside of it, almost in the shape of a constellation.
Oh.
I feel a strange vitality in that area of my body. This is interesting.
Oh. Well, is it bad, or does that,
It's not entirely unpleasant. It reminds me a bit of the Summer Court. The Summer Court was the nice one, right?
Mhm.
Was that at this place? Yeah.
No, that was the Autumn Court.
Autumn
No,
Court?
it reminds me a bit of the Autumn Court, minus
Oh.
screaming.
The Western Court was nice too.
We had to attend court in the Western Court. Like, the Court of Justice and Peace. It was efficient, but not entirely pleasant.
You know, if you wanted to be Fey touched in the past, I could have just slapped you. Still could, actually.
I'm sure you could. It's
Her up
hard to
and
see
fly
you
away.
coming. Even for me.
Well, I'm glad it worked out. Do you want to try and give it a go? Or, well, try out your new powers, I guess?
Well, these vines are a bit thick. I'm somewhat worried it could obstruct the mechanism I have in there. Let me see. He concentrates, like, the master tool that he has is on kind of like a Swiss Army knife sort of swivel.
Mm.
And he concentrates, and, like, sort of a gate opens up in his palm, and the tools that were in there all just shoot out, kind of disassembled, and sort of hover in this kind of magnetic field. In, like, a sort of arrangement. He's like, oh, that's odd. And he sort of moves them around, and they're suspended right in front of his hand. He seems to have complete control over this. So, like, following him around, I still feel the mechanism there, but it's almost as if it's stretched. I suppose this is still perfectly useful.
Oh. Interesting.
There's something else. Let me give this a shot. He'll like focus on sort of a spot nearby and like extend his palm, and the buds group together sort of open up into these energy fractals, like similar to flowers, and space twists around him and he warps 60 feet as he casts Misty Step.
Oh.
Where'd you... Oh, well, that's...
Hello. Well, that look interesting.
Oh, I can translocate now. That's quite interesting, yes. Sure could get me out of a bind. He's, like, walking over as he says this.
It is pretty useful, actually. I'm glad it worked out.
Yes, thank you, Panstar. You'll, like, bow.
Oh, you don't have to do any of that. Just Sirius is fine.
Well, no, this was bestowed in your royal capacity. I felt it necessary to pay the proper respects.
Okay, thank you.
You're quite welcome. So I'll mark off my Misty Step for the day, but I also have silvery barbs. This is a public service announcement to everyone.
Hell yeah, let's go.
What is silvery bobs?
Silvery barbs lets me make someone's roll less good and possibly save someone's ass. It gives them disadvantage.
It gives someone else. It gives an enemy disadvantage and an ally advantage.
Cool.
So
Sometimes I
can,
cast it, but it's called turning the tides.
Yeah, you can like stuff a crit or something. It's really good.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. But time catches up. It is the 8th. Cold winter morning. No, it's the 10th. The fuck, I got my calendars desynced.
Oh no.
Still cold.
Boy.
Very cold, in fact. It is below freezing outside.
Given that we're traveling for a bit, I think Amir's going to attune Alpha of her belt on and just use the ring of cold, just for a ring of warmth, sorry, for some comfort.
Absolutely. But you have some time. Vrak has his own kind of goals. What would you guys like to do for the day? Chipper has just disappeared off. She's talking to the High Onomancer all day.
Nerd shit.
I mean, she has quite the report to fill.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Especially with the whole Time Warden shit, there's a lot of implications for the study of chronergy.
Oh no. Oh right. Wick was very worried about that. Didn't he ask her not to tell them?
Yeah, she'll be fine.
Alright.
She'll be normal.
I think you asked her to like not pry into Time Warden business.
Yeah.
To like not try to use you.
Yeah, that would be great if she didn't do that.
But I think that filing an official report of we killed a Time Lord and now we're gonna have cannon sent to us and this has ramifications and there's a chair, I think that's probably still on the table.
And she can also, like, a lot of it also comes down to, like, the weird fucking time shit that the Time Warden itself was doing, too. How it was able to bend time and space around it in such interesting and violent ways.
If memory serves, we have like another day before we have to get on the boat. The airship, rather. And then we can, it depends how much is going on. We have like, we'll get to Provokios and then we can be there for like a day. So this is like last minute stuff. We can also leave a little.
Okay, in that case, I got some fucking crafting to do.
Zervakara, Sorry.
Yes.
I am a free agent. I would love to assist you in anything you need help with today.
That is most appreciated. I am seeing to care hospital today to make sure everything is in proper order before we leave.
Please allow me to assist and delegate me in any way you please.
Is quite appreciated, but perhaps it would be better if you simply joined me.
Of course.
There's no need for delegation.
Very well.
If okay, so I mean, Bracken, Emer are just gonna spend the day at Keep, helping mend fences or whatever managerial bullshit he's gonna do.
I imagine like some people at the keep are like raising a defense and Brack is overseeing it, and then Emer to test it just like taps it once and it falls apart, so they have to rebuild it better.
Sure.
We'll all make a man out of you hours.
Yeah, fair.
That does remind me though, we leveled up last time. I get to roll for
That's
Keep
right.
Boy.
I gotta
Thank
pull
you,
up
Nora.
that PDF.
I also have to. I'm gonna roll on the paladin side. I'll roll. I'm doing 39. Fuck, I think I've gotten this guy before.
Those Pathfinder books. Where's my... There we go. Strongholds and followers. I have more fucking TTRPG books than I have regular books. This is not okay.
It's okay. It's good fiction.
It goes. This is the life you chose.
This is the life I chose. Okay, so 39 on the paladin table. That is a swordmaster.
Ah. Okay. I did not have one of those. So, the Swordmaster. That would probably be helpful. What with the undead?
Correct.
Cool. Someone say a silly name.
Jenkins.
Jenkins it is.
Alright, Jenkins the Swordmaster joins the retinue of the keep as a retainer. He is a very skillful swordsman from down in Tharsis who came up on rumors and has well and earned his keep. And he will be running drills.
Seems like your keep is in safe hands while you're away.
Well, it was before. Did trust the people running things prior. But more assistance is certainly appreciated. How's the whole hospitalier thing going?
It's going well. They've got a decent sized kind of wing set aside that they're taking care of stuff in.
Oh, good. Okay. If it was not made explicit before, Brack has had it arranged so that soldiers that are wounded can come to his keep and receive treatment, mostly with the Ring of Regeneration.
Mm-hmm.
But also, regular stuff. You know how medicine is?
Yeah.
Medicine? Yeah, some of that. Okay. Well. That's it. Cirrus or D, Wick rather.
Huh?
We have a day.
I'm doing gun crafting today. I'm working on those parts we picked up.
Okay. Cirrus.
Sirius is gonna spend the day trying to figure out. Oh.
No?
Hello?
Cat?
Hello.
Hello?
Sloth?
Hi, can you hear us?
Okay.
We can hear you.
I could not hear anything for like a solid second.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. Sirius is gonna try and like
Sloth, are you there?
probably.
No, I'm fucking with you.
He's fucking with you.
Yo, please. This is a very trying day. My tummy hurt earlier. I was not brave about it.
Oh no, how terrible.
What is this? Did somebody make a voice changer? That was like.
Sloth
Alright,
has
focus.
COVID.
Focus, people. Come on, pull back.
Anyway,
Wait.
yes, serious. Daily activities.
Oh right. Okay, so Sirius is gonna talk to like Persephone / the Oberon and like come up with like maybe an outfit that he's gonna try and design an outfit that is gonna be like more agreeable to the Oberon than like the fluffy princess dress.
I want a high collar.
Okay,
And if you put a ribbon on me, I will cut a hole in one of your pockets.
okay,
You
right.
put a ribbon on me, I'll come.
No!
That's not what he said at all.
I forgot, which city are we in at the moment?
Either
Bjergton?
Bjergton or Lamalios.
Or yeah, if you have full use of the tailor that's hanging out at my place.
Okay, cool. If that's the case, then Sirius will take Persephone / the Persephoron. Persephora.
Pretty good.
Oberni.
Persephone, get on.
Okay, sorry. You're gonna have to do a lot of this. You're gonna have to keep me track.
Get on with
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay.
You are so going through it today. Anyway, you take them.
I'm
You
going
take them to
through
the
it.
tailor.
Yeah. I'm gonna take them over to Taylor and get them a high collar little. I guess like I'm gonna get a fancy collar, essentially. That's like all. I'm gonna have to look at some designs, but yeah. A high collar that's all like fancy and shit, but no ribbons.
No ribbons.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can I do a sleight of hand check to see if I can attack the smallest bell without?
a sleight of hand check to put a bell on Persephoron?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll it.
Where are my skills? Attributes. There we go. No, ability. Roll that. Apologies, can someone roll it for me? Can someone roll it?
What's your
Might refresh me.
modifier?
+5, I think. In brackets it says 15 and it says Dex +5.
Yeah, it's +5. Okay, that's a
Well.
natural 1.
Wow.
You're welcome.
You get
Oberon
the
said no
most
Oberon.
horrifying glare a cat has ever given a person.
Duly noted.
Oh hell yeah, it's a real good collar.
All right, I can start working on this. It'll take me just the collar. Mr. Cirrus?
Oh,
Sloth.
sorry, it literally keeps cutting out for like a solid like
Okay.
5 seconds. I don't know why.
Just the collar, or would you like any specific outfit to go with it?
Sirius like glances at Persephone.
There
And
is
is just
there is a hostile but subdued look back.
just the collar, I think, would be good.
All right, I can have that fashioned up in 2-3 hours.
Ah, thank you. I appreciate it.
For let's call it a silver. It's not
All right.
difficult to make a nice ruffled high collar.
All right. And he'll just give a gold over.
Oh, rather kind.
Well, I appreciate your work.
And they zip off and get to work and kind of piddle around an hour, and eventually you do receive a fancy kind of mix of the ruffled collar, but it comes in the back and kind of raises up a little. It looks both regal and goofy.
Sirius will hold up to Persephone and be like, okay, so what do you think? All right. And he'll swap out the fancy little outfit for the collar.
Looks adorable.
It looks wonderful. Thank you so much.
Come back anytime.
I definitely will. And then Sirius will spend the rest of the day, like, just puttering about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have anything they would like to accomplish?
Nope.
I think
Okay.
it's just D and his various craft checks.
Indeed.
Okay.
What you got?
So I would like to try and transplant that +2 cylinder, which I'm assuming it's a revolver cylinder, given the nature of the store we were at.
Mm-hmm.
I want to turn my pistol into a revolver by adding that.
Absolutely. I'll just say give me a Tinker's Tools check with dexterity to kind of like do the transplant.
Hell yeah. Fuck. Not like this.
I did
Wait,
not
I'm
add
supposed
your
to have proficiency on that, aren't I?
correct. So
Which
that's
means you're not
plus another
supposed to be able to
6.
+6,
10.
and it has to be at least 10.
Yeah, so it'd be a 21. Yeah, you're good. It's a successful craft.
Should probably mark that down as proficiency.
Yeah.
And it
that's
says
not
total proficiency proficient. It's just not adding it for no reason. Great. Let me pull up the full list of what we got so I don't forget anything. We've been talking a lot. Shit. I know one thing I did was I wanted to put the blasting barrel on the culverin.
Mm-hmm.
Where are the... Is it in notes? It's probably in notes. It
Notes
is in
Vault,
notes.
I made a list.
Yeah, it's in the notes channel. I was looking at Band Clubhouse like a fucking idiot. Okay, so impact barrel on the culverin. That's like a magical thing, so it doesn't really need a craft check, right?
Yeah, you can just attach it.
Okay. Bayonets. bayonet takes the barrel slot, right?
Nope.
No?
You just snap it on.
How does that work again? So it counts as a dagger.
Yes. And if you affix it to a firearm with the two-handed property, it gains the reach property as well.
What if I put it on the elephant gun?
You very much could.
Hell
Have
yeah!
a spear that can shoot.
I'm breaking one of Skippy's rules, motherfuckers. Yeah, okay, I'll affix the bayonet to the elephant gun. So I guess in total, is that it?
I mean, we have the +2 chamber, right? Elegant gun.
Yeah.
We have the shit ammo.
It's
We have the chain loader, which you might as well use.
Okay, how does that work again?
It's just a special magazine.
Would that replace the chamber mod?
Could you put it?
Yes,
on
it would. It is
Yeah,
it's revolvers only.
Okay.
Well, I don't want to lose my +2. And I can reload on a bonus action anyway, so fuck it.
Yeah.
Right.
I could put it on the pepper box.
It's revolver only.
Oh, okay. That would be so
Is-
fucking cursed anyway.
Is the culverin's not? Okay. No. That's that then.
Alright, okay. I will punch all that shit in while we travel.
Absolutely. Are you heading to Kervokios in the morning, or are you going there by night?
The sooner the better for Brack, but if you guys want to sleep in a bed, that's fine. What do you all think?
Should leave a little snore on your shoulder.
Sloth? Sloth, oh, there you go.
I appear. Could you repeat it just again one more time, please? Sorry.
Should we stay the night or go in the morning? Or should we stay the night or go now, rather?
Could go now and rest on the boat.
Rest on the boat. Yeah, might as well rest on the boat.
Okay, I mean that's good enough for me.
Absolutely.
So we'll teleport right from the care, right from the keep, to Bjergton. Brack has asked Hilga and the boys to come, just for a couple of days. And
Yeah, they do.
teleported back, right? And we get on the airship and go.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Good.
We grab Chipper out of the High Automancer's house and just carry her off.
Wow!
She's
I'd imagine Claw and Chipper were together, so we just pluck them both.
yeah.
Claw's making sure she doesn't say anything incriminating. But you guys gather yourselves, hop on the airship, boys and Oghilga in tow, and you begin to kind of make the trek across the bay as night begins to fall. The sun sets early this time of year, so most of the travel is in the dark, but navigating across the Bjergton Bay over towards the village township of Kervokios is very easy. As you guys are kind of flying in, can't help but notice, as night has fallen, both moons' presence seem to be about equal. Preost is presently waning gibbous, so it has a good bit of light that it shows, but the kind of emerald green glow it gives off is overshadowed by the uncannily red glow of Atropus.
I'm sure that's fine.
That's fine. Don't even worry about that.
None of our business.
It's about probably 8 p.m. When you guys kind of finally crest across. Ooh, wrong thing. Oh. Actually, I need to check the speed on the airship. Might not be. Airship moves at a pace of 216 miles per day. So, guys get most of the way to there. So it's not at about 9 o'clock when you get there. It is going to be a couple days. But as you are all resting on the airship, Lathyar is the first to pick it up. And he alerts you, Wick, as you are kind of in your own rest period. Kinda, Wick.
Yes.
There is a distortion. And almost immediately the ship groans. As if something is pressuring it on all sides. Enough that the hull creaks a little bit, and the rest of you are just jolted awake. And it passes after a moment, but it is followed by another low roar that seems to just pierce everything. Your bones
Did anyone feed the ship
chill.
while we were away?
Your bones feel a chill that lingers long after the sound dissipates.
Did anyone feed the ship while we were away?
It's not the ship, it's the moon.
Oh. Maybe we should do a quick check of everything to see if the hull is still intact.
Yes. Wick, if you could come to a full stop. And Princess, please investigate the outer hull.
Absolutely. Perception check?
This would be investigation if you are checking the
Oh.
hull.
God, I have -1.
Surprisingly, the hull seems to be fine. However, with your passive perception, you do catch something out of the corner of your eye. Atropus has come into much sharper focus. It is larger now than Priast, Herat's existing moon. It's closer. And on it you can see now, as it is fully formed in the skyscape, there's a face on its surface, almost formed into the stone that makes up this planetoid. It is twisted in anguish, but you can see what look to be rivers coming from the pockmarked eyes. Very faint trails, almost unnoticeable, but you're perceptive.
After blipping around the ship and checking for anywhere else, she'll head back to everyone else. Ship looks to be fine, actually, and I did give it a good once over as well. Has anyone noticed that Atropus looks like a face?
A what?
Have a look. And she'll, like, if there's like a window nearby, she'll point at it, and it's kind of creepy. Yeah.
Do we need to make checks to see what the hell she's talking about, or
No,
is
I
it,
mean,
like apparent when it's pointed out?
yeah, you're kind of guided toward it as you look out. It's, boy, is it.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
Sears wobbles a little bit like he's about to pass out.
Claw says, "Great, more nightmare fuel."
Pretty good. That was
Alright, it's
It's
me,
pretty
Claw.
good. It's pretty good.
Wick is staring up at this thing, just like hatefully. And he says, sort of under his breath, "That's right, keep watching. I'm going to put some dirt in your eye."
If we're blowing it up, we're not gonna. Right?
what?
Wick just said that he wanted to put some dirt in the eye. Do we want to blow up?
I didn't hear any of that.
Oh,
It's a figure of
Regardless.
speech.
oh,
Sure,
I see.
sir. Regardless, the ship is okay. What made that sound?
It seems to be in some state of lamentation. Curious.
You're suggesting the face made the sound.
Yes.
Does that make sense? Does that match?
None of this makes sense.
Are you saying it screamed before? That's why the ship's buckling?
It was some kind of pressure wave, according to my docent.
What else does he say about it?
The word used precisely was distortion. Source and origin unknown.
It is alive, isn't it? In a sense.
Yes, sir.
I can only presume. We're talking about a planetoid made of pure necromancy. We risk venturing into semantics if we go down this road.
I just want to ascertain you're good to continue traveling.
Matthew, there's no damage to the engines, right?
Correct.
We may proceed.
Then let us. But on our toes, as it were.
Indeed.
And maybe we'll do like a little tippy toe in midair.
Humorous. Back to bed then.
Matt, where do I edit the splash damage roll on the culverin?
I'll take care of that later.
Okay, yeah, because it has an extra D4 now.
Yeah. Let's see. Actually, I'll do it when we're on break.
Yeah. Hopefully we won't be doing any fighting.
Either way, you guys are able
Is it
to.
still cold? Still
Oh, yeah.
super cold?
It's like in deep winter right now.
Okay.
Either way, the next 2 days, you travel without incident.
So, at some point over those 2 days, probably a day before we get to Bracky is going to gather everyone around. I thank you, first of all, coming with me. I want you all to be aware that what I am asking you to do is not, technically speaking, legal. I did not think that it would be of much concern to you, but you should know that is the case before we disembark.
What's not legal?
Outsiders are permitted within Kubokios, though it is customary that they are invited.
Oh.
That is not an issue. I am not permitted to return to Kubokios. There are extenuating circumstances, I feel, that, well, I will have to argue for that return just a little while, but it is not as simple as waltzing in. There's actually a bit of a loophole must be explored. Attempt the conversation.
We're in your corner, Sir Rekarim. Rekarim, fucking hell.
If you're not permitted to come back, then why are we going there?
We are about to embark a war of grand proportion. After that, we are to fight the sky itself. I have not been home since I was 14. And before anything happened, before anything else, I would like to see it again. It feels important that I see it again. It is selfish of me to flout the ordinance that has been placed upon me. But at this moment, I do not care. I believe that I am permitted to be a little selfish in this manner at this time.
Of course. You'll have nothing of but reverence from me, so if that puts you at ease.
It does. We do have to be on our best behavior, and I do not say that because of anything in particular or anyone in particular, but because
No, I
this is
know.
a delicate situation.
Of course.
Princess, thank you. But you should be aware what you're walking to before we walk into it. So.
As I said before, we're in your corner, so...
Very, very, very much appreciated. Thank you all.
I understand, Drac. Just lead the way. We have your back if you need.
That was a terrible claw.
I understand, Brack. Lead the way.
It's much closer.
Yeah.
We have your back if you need.
It won't come to a fight or anything. If I am asked to leave, I will leave. But that is, again, greatly appreciated, both of you.
Okay.
Yeah,
You know, perhaps it was foolish of me to ask why you returned. That was somewhat obvious. Why are you in particular barred from returning?
I stole a book.
Stole what?
I stole a book specifically an Inquisitor's journal. There was some sea monster ravaging the coast. I forget. Siren, I think, or that required the aid of an Inquisitor. They came to town and they handled the situation, and we gave them lodging. Met them with the utmost hospitality, and while they were away to save my town, I was foolish and short-sighted, and I crept into their abode like a thief in the night, and I stole their journal. And I deciphered its contents and learned things I was not supposed to learn, and so forth.
Given your tone, and, sorry, go on.
Go on.
Given your tone and the fact that you, sorry, given
I
your
said go
tone,
on.
that, yeah. Given your tone and the fact that you're saying this with such reverence, I understand that you've learned from your previous mistake. But damn, Rakaram, so scandalous.
Wick,
Yes?
there's something about what he said that doesn't add up to you. Can you make an insight check?
I can't. She's freaking out of it.
Damn, I guess you can't.
No, I can't.
Is that like a passive insight thing?
That's a 29.
Okay. Vrak, if you'd like to contest that, you can.
Yeah, right. I don't think I can actually beat it, which is good. Yeah.
Okay. It's a pinprick in the back of your mind, Wick. It happened so long ago. If Rax stole and decoded an inquisitorial journal, why couldn't he recognize or decipher the one that you guys found back in the Acadian jail?
Huh. You're privy to such ciphers now, though, aren't you? Being an Inquisitor, of course.
Well, I must admit that I have not had any real training as an Inquisitor. In writing my own journal, I've made my own cipher, which I fear easily cracked. But the best method of protecting that information is to keep it on my person. So I don't think it would be much of an issue.
Perhaps you and Claw should compare notes, then, so to speak. I'm sure he's had plenty of cryptographic training.
Perhaps. I had not considered it. I had not put much weight into needing a cipher.
I must say, petty theft seems quite a characteristic of you.
Wick, he's very clearly past this.
I know, it's odd. Even in his youth, I wouldn't imagine that.
Right, but, I was young and foolish.
Do you still have this journal?
No,
I didn't mention the journal.
Claw
Rick
did.
just thought it.
Claw
No,
did,
but-
and I know, Claw mentioned it and said it out loud, and Emer was simply saying it for Claw.
Yeah.
Yeah, but is Claw asking about your journal or the one that Matt said?
This
that-
journal,
Okay.
the one that Rax said he stole. That's what this journal means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was young and foolish and ambitious. I wanted to. I thought that if I learned the Inquisitor's secrets, I could, in the next year, join their ranks. Maturation was fast upon me, and I needed to secure some profession. Leave the clan. I do not have the journal. No, I was caught, and it was returned to its rightful owner, and I was severely reprimanded.
Matt, Emer is in his corner, and she's not stupid, she's just silly, but she would obviously, with all the stammering, pick up something there. Would I be able to do an insight check?
You know what? I want all of you to give me insight checks. However, I want you to roll them blind.
Blind?
How?
Animal handling.
Yeah, I also don't know what you mean by that.
There should be a way to roll it so that only I can see it.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, so
not
set
public roll.
the roll mode to blind
Blind.
GM roll.
Yeah,
Interesting.
okay.
Huh.
I think I rolled it. Yep, I did.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to DM something real quick to Claw and Wick.
God damn it.
They've been around the longest, so
No, that's fine. I just mean that, like, I must have rolled low.
yeah. Or the DC was different for you.
Yeah, probably. Where is Vrax's home on the map?
What's that?
Where is Vrax's home on the map?
So, Rack's home on the map is here, but we're
Ah.
going here, which is where he grew up, where he's.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay. The two of you reach that realization, and you can do with that what you will. The worst part of this is that Sloth rolled a natural 20 but has no fucking modifier, so he actually didn't learn anything.
Damn it.
Oh.
Damn it.
Ooh.
He hasn't learned anything.
Mm-hmm.
Not even a little. Oh man.
It was
Don't
a
forget
high-
to set your rolls to public.
It was a high DC.
That- Yeah.
What? You guys just had that revelation put to you?
Are we good to go? Or
Oh, we're still good to go. We're still good to wing. We didn't stop.
We're still on course. Yeah.
Right.
oh, I thought we had arrived. Sorry.
No. This is happening somewhere in those 2 days of travel time.
Well, as I said, we'll be on our best behavior. We being me, because obviously Cirrus is not me. So
I have come to that realization.
but if you need anything, just ask. And
Thank you.
anyone here starts talking about their mortality, I swear.
I was just talking about my mortality a little while ago. Serious. You were there.
As
Yes, well, that was different. So
If you insist.
I was looking at lengthening it, not like, oops, it's going to be cut short.
I was talking about my mortality. I said that we were going to a war and then going to go fight him. And that's
Yes,
what I wanted.
but we're going to win it, so that's different.
Princess, mortals often talk about their mortality with
It
alarming
is a
frequency.
very occupying aspect of our lives.
You should
I will
attend
slap
the
you.
book club with myself and Chipper. We talk about it at length. It's a primary cultural focus.
Yes,
you
I
should
have-
definitely join our book club.
Chipper, we have an appointment.
Hmm?
Chipper, we have an appointment.
That's right. That doesn't mean I'm
Regardless.
going to stop shilling it.
For some reason, it makes me think of like a Chipper on Twitch hawking an ad for like Gamer Girl Book Club or whatever the fuck.
You know what else you should try, Emir?
$5.
You know what else you should try, Emir? Raid Shadow Legends. That's not canon.
No, it doesn't.
Damn.
It should be.
I will never be sponsored.
Never say never.
Anyway,
What if Paizo sponsored you?
I would fucking take it in a heartbeat.
I'll never be sponsored. Unless.
You hear me, Paizo? I'm your guy. I'll kill someone you pay me enough.
I'm just
Anyway.
saying, if anyone starts saying, oh, I'm going to die, oh, this is it for me, you're fucked. I'll get you. I'll fix it. We aren't going to. End of story.
That sounds awfully like necromancy. You're not proposing necromancy, are you?
I'm not proposing necromancy. Don't be stupid.
There's a lot of that going around these days. You understand?
Yes, well, no.
We will simply all live forever. That is what she's.
Not forever. I just don't mean prematurely. I did not say we. I mean, well, I may, but you all may not, and that's okay. But I don't mean like you're. We're not going to lose. We're not going to lose.
So if I'm understanding this correctly, you are the sole individual in this group privileged with the idea of contemplating your own demise.
How about we stop talking for a little while?
With pleasure.
Well, the trip continues on. You guys eventually reach see the coastline that expands out before you. Much of the inner bay of this little inlet here is punctuated by rocky terrain, rough coasts. It is not like down by the eastern compass where warm sands welcome the beaches of the inlet to the Weissloch. Here it is harsh, cold terrain, which provides probably the most fitting settlement of Kravokios, nestled down low in the rocky terrain in a slight mud flat with a number of high peaks and columns of stone surrounding a surprisingly expanded village. There are a number of small conciliatory kind of rows and rings of stoneworked, mudworked homes. There is an incredible attention to communal space. The homes themselves are small, but they open themselves and are surrounded by places where kobolds, dragonborn all meet and mingle. Even from up here you can see that this township, this village, bustles even now in the thick of winter with crises overhead and war drums sounded in all directions, almost blissfully ignorant of it all, or perhaps stubbornly ignorant of it all. The village expands out below you, and the most visible kind of center of it all is a small little coastal section of it, where kind of shale and sand mix and mingle with high stockade walls and plentiful fishing vessels. Even now, the ice that has kind of formed in the winter cold is being actively broken up by a number of dragonborn with small picks and the like that shatter it and dive down underneath to bring back the sea's bounty that hides below. Before you unfolds the town that Vrak and Drell both grew up in, Grovokios. And that's where we're going to take our break.
Sirius will also live forever. Forevermore.
So we will be right back. let's continue to play some Dungeons and Dragons. So, you guys have flown into Krovokios. The airship hovers yet over the stone coast. To Vrak, it's home.
Well, Vakaram, you're in charge here. How do we approach this?
By walking, usually.
Set us down on the shore.
Yes, that makes sense. Has anyone noticed us? Are they raising an alarm or anything?
Give me a perception check.
Oh, my favorite.
What do you think? It's just basically your. Think of perception.
It's still going to go up, by the way.
How? We're at our max. We're at our max proficiency bonus.
I have
His wisdom's
18
not maxed.
wisdom.
Oh.
Yeah, you do see a couple of
Your rolls are set to blind, by the way.
Oh,
no, I
what?
can see him.
I saw him.
I know you see him, but the rest of us don't get to see how much of it a perception yes
Yeah,
it was.
right. I forgot to set it back on.
Well, it's not showing blind for me.
I see it.
Amir, I see it. I see his roll.
I'm gay then. All right.
We already knew that.
You knew that. Bad.
Em, did you know?
No.
Oh shit.
Either way, you do see a couple of individuals that appear to be riding some blue-scaled lumen that are kind of headed to meet you as the airship lets down. They do appear to be armed and armored.
So as callous as this may seem, Brack has already gone over this with them. The first to disembark are the boys. And when they get on the shore, on the sand, they call back out, "You can come out." At which point, Brack starts coming down the airships. However we get off the airship, whatever it is.
We'll say a gangplank.
Yeah, that's the thing. Well met. We come in peace. I am Vorkerum Kurokiak.
Steady, Hurakaram.
Could you repeat that, Matt?
Steady, Hurakaram.
Yes. Yes, steady. Yes. I've not introduced myself as such in some time, as you may imagine.
Wasn't even your true name. What the fuck?
I'll explain later.
The Praetor will want to speak with you.
I would hope as much, yes. I have others with me who my Droti have also just now invited to join us. They'll be disembarking in a moment. We are armed, but if you would like, you can leave our weaponry in a certain place. Either with you or on the ship or what have you.
If you came looking for a fight, you would have picked it by now. You may keep your arms, but know that they are watched.
I would expect nothing less. motions for everyone to follow.
Can I do a deception check?
For what?
I'm trying to like hold in a really big smile, like a holding the joke in, but I'm trying to like for everyone else like in the party, I just want to like try and.
We'll call it a wisdom save instead of a deception check.
That's good though.
Are you just gonna make a armed joke? Always armed?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a saving throw. Saving throw or ability check?
Saving throw.
You
You're so good at keeping it in.
said you'd be on your best behavior.
And
char-
I'm fucking nailing
Character
it.
growth.
Yeah.
I'm cool. We're good.
They turn on their lumen and begin to kind of head back at a... They slow their pace to kind of keep just ahead of you all. There
Jesus
are
Christ.
very
I mean,
consistent glances back.
Right.
We're in a place full of people that are super duper serious, and I have to make a wisdom save on every single pun.
Pretty good. Vrak puts Helga and the boys on Bellicrop and then walks after them.
And eventually, you are led down further the coast to one of the larger little sections of the village. There is one of the larger homes that has been built, kind of a mix of mud brick and wooden construction. Looks to be almost like a longhouse, kind of. You can hear the kind of crackle of a fire inside and smell just a whole lot of food. But you are led inside. The doors kind of swung open, and within there are a number of bronze dragonborn and kobolds who are just kind of milling about, eating. And the kind of highest point of the room, though, there is a much more officious-looking bronze dragonborn with a very pronounced, kind of scarred jaw that kind of lingers a little as you guys enter. Vrak, you would recognize this, though he's never been in any sort of position of power, though clearly things have changed. This dragonborn you recognize is Stonejaw. Formerly one of the resident miners and smiths. Things seem to have changed. He looks much more serious than you've ever seen him, and as you kind of enter, a hush falls the room, and he stands. Steady.
Stonejaw.
Then it was the lung of the red moon that summoned you, was it? A portent to warn us.
Not exactly, no. Though, no, you will be hearing that sound again and again for the next few weeks until in those with me go to stop them once and for all.
Why have you come?
Because I have been away for longer than I have lived here. I am about to fight for Concord, try to rejoin Solaeus, and there fight for all of Veldalg. Try to save it against the encroaching. Before I do that, before I risk my life, Pete, I want to see home once more. I understand I am not welcome. ask for a day's mercy.
This fight, you say you... The Concord. These ill-fitting ideas that Hive Maw has had. How can we be sure you have not put them in him?
Because I was far away from he started concocting. I have been working under Hive Maw, not over, not with. I have been little more than his arm these last year or two.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
And I gave him advantage because I'm in his corner and I'm supporting my friend.
You have done absolutely nothing to help him. You can use your friendship point to give him a D12, I think, at this level.
Don't
I feel
worry
like I should
about it.
save it for a better, yeah.
I'm pretty good. This is one of the things I'm good at.
We will tolerate your presence for today. There are no inquisitors here. No books worth stealing.
That is not quite correct. I have been made Inquisitor, though it is only name, really. And here, any merchants took the cloth. An Inquisitor has been traveling with me, or rather, I with them, as we form Hive Maw's duties and dirty.
You've been invited by your Droti. This much I can assume.
Yes, I apologize for such an underhanded tactic, but it was necessary to gain audience.
It is on their honor that we permit you to stay.
The boys look super pleased and proud of themselves.
Fuck yeah.
You should know, though. Come the night, it is not safe to be outside. The storm buried for the last 2 nights have begun to rise. They come out of the seas, and it falls to us to beat them back.
I be honored would permit the opportunity, Joe. Keeping the undead at bay.
Making a wisdom save.
No, that was on purpose.
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's to not laugh.
Okay.
You're too good at this. You're holding it together.
Right, I let out like an exhale. That's it.
Some of us, the swimmers, the icebreakers, they've found graves disturbed of the dragons that once founded this settlement. Be mindful.
I will. Of course. Thank you, Praetor. Have been wise and merciful.
See to it that I do not regret this decision.
I assure you.
And he kind of like sits down and just grabs, to the rest of you, the single most burnt piece of meat you have ever seen. It essentially looks like he is eating like charcoal in the shape of like a fish.
I'm tempted to make a disadvantage save just because of the like abruptness of like the super serious meeting, and then he goes to eat burnt meat.
See,
But
burnt
no, I
meat
was.
to you, high cuisine here.
Yeah, Wick feels sorry for the rest of the group that they may have to eat here.
I don't need
God.
food.
God knows what he's getting into. He remembers the peach incident.
Yeah, yeah, who could forget?
All right. Well, if Stonejaw here is done talking, Vrack will back out and escort everyone out. And
On our way out, Wick will kind of lean over to Vrack. The title Bruiser, did it originate here, or was it carried back from the Empire?
I believe it originated here, but I admit I am not well versed. I believe it has always been a title of respect and esteem among Drachenstead of Drachen in general. So, if I were to guess, and if I were to reach the recesses of my mind, I would believe it started among Dragonborn, a general sense within their own communities, and then when the Empire was founded, the High Praetor was established.
Your people must wrestle with the thought of Cosby's treachery, then.
Not as much as I think. The Praetor Cosby is doing what many a Dragonborn think the proper thing to do. Expand the Empire to continue to exert and establish control over the surrounding area. It is not an unpopular opinion, especially among the more militarily minded, that the kingdoms in the south should be conquered for their own sake. If anything, it seems as though they are wary of Ralazar. I think I'm urging him towards these actions, no less.
Do you think it likely that your tribe would be rallied to the High Praetor's cause, then?
Many perhaps already have. The entire clan must not leave. This is the faction of us that stays, that tends the hearth. Throughout one's life, you are expected to serve in whatever capacity you can, do good work, and when the time is right, to return home and take part in the community. Some never leave, some never stay. But there are already Drakenstedt, the army is Drakenstedt under his banners, marching where he tells them. Quori or not.
I would presume that you've prepared yourself for the likelihood of striking down your kinsman, then.
A livelihood of it, no. Things have transpired in such a way that we may have to face some, if we have not already. But it is not my aim. That is not my profession. The livelihood I had prepared was that of a guardsman. More.
I only ask because it's sensation I've come to experience quite many times over at this point.
Yes, I should not explain as I have come to understand that is necessary. And I do not relish the possibility or am prepared for it.
That is good. Just... you don't ever quite get used to it. You should probably understand that.
I would not want to.
No. Certainly not.
Well, allow me to take you on a bit of a tour. Dinner, whenever it is to happen, if we are to partake in that. I wish to rewalk alleyways. And, there are no objections. He'll start guiding them around.
One objection. Would you permit me to... I know I'm my own person, I can go my own places, but would you permit me to go check out this bay that they have been speaking of, maybe get a lay of the land, in case we all have to help out?
If any of you are willing to join in guarding the shoreline tonight, that would be greatly appreciated, of course.
We're a
let's go
team.
ahead.
We'd be remiss not to.
I somewhat I do admit I didn't expect at this point. And if any of you said that you were not, I would gravely disappoint. But I would not hold it against you necessarily. But let us go there first, then. While the light is still on our side. Let's go to the shoreline.
Absolutely. It's not far of a jaunt. In fact, the longhouse itself actually kind of sits near the shoreline, and a more recessed part of it, a more protected part of it. It has its own kind of small walls and palisades and fortifications and the like. There are a number of small fishing vessels kind of set in for the day already. The ice has been meticulously cleared from here, and it kind of looks out over Bjergton Bay. Incredibly cold. A breeze rolls in and cuts through to the bone for anybody who is not resistant. Even looking out over it, though, you can see just a dark aura that hangs over it. There are a number of kind of pits that have been dug into the kind of shale and sand, where just piles of bones have been incinerated down to ash. Presumably they're returned dead, given second burial, to make sure they don't rise again.
Mm.
The coast extends on a few meters, a few hundred or so meters, until it's into the river delta and the river. It seems as though this is the spot where they have etched out the war field where attackers were held.
A most troublesome tradition. One can't very well sanctify the entire ocean.
With enough salt, maybe, but Ignore me. I'm just being stupid.
Weislock would provide enough salt for thing, but currents must not be favorable. Well, this is where this is where we'll have to hold the line tonight.
I see. This would normally be where someone, I think, does like a perception check with something to tries to get some sort of like advantage or like know the lay of the land and stuff. But I fly, so we'll have to see where they come from. But yeah, it's water really. But yeah, I appreciate the. Hopefully, there's no foreshadowing with this. See this now. Not later. Let's continue on.
Brack will guide them from the coast down to the river delta, and then back up the river to show them some of the outlines. And he's talking all the way about how they go out fishing and what they do at this part, or there's a tide pond. We would, search that for this or that, or that's where we get the sponges. There's a sponge colony we routinely harvest over there, and then it gets to the river delta where where the river meets the sea, and it's sort of a craggy outcropping that they would go to a lot of the time, that kids or even adults would go to this sort of sharp point here. It was like an outlook, an outcropping that was fun to hang out at, if only because it was a notable geographic location, And
Yeah.
then, back down the river against the current, pointing out like young dragonborn, hatchlings and kobolds spend a lot of time here digging for clams, and
I don't know the hibernation patterns of otters, but if there are otters here, he will point them out, and if not, he will say that there usually are otters that are like semi-domesticated and will join in on hunting, and like they serve as dogs that double as all the benefits of a dog, but it swims. They'll point out like some of the otter slides that are still frozen into the mud before there's not a staircase, but a sort of the spot everyone uses to get in and out of the river area that has, through years and years of people stepping in the right spot, formed a natural earthshod staircase. Like it's a path that is just so hard tamped down, and it's at such a natural angle that it is essentially a clay ramp at this point. And so from there back into the town to start pointing out just little bullshit, just like that's the glass blowers. And you would apprentice that you would sometimes you would have to go there and help with the glass blowing. Or,
Yeah.
There's the training grounds,
and maybe some anecdote about him and his sibling there. Just wistful shit. And it's sort of a spiral pattern that they're going from the shore back to the river, and then town is kind of like circular nature. So it's just a long pathway as he goes ever more towards the center of town, the outskirts, pointing out things that don't matter, and noting things that have changed, minute.
He brought up Hilga for emotional support, and it's like mostly talking to her, because this is something that he has spent a lot of time talking about and describing with her, with this dear friend of his. So, like, it registers more there. Like, she's heard some of this before. But it's also very much pointing towards the boys, because this is a part of, like, his culture and heritage that kobolds aren't necessarily excluded from, but are only included for if they are just, like, if they happen to be here, they're part of clan, and they've never been here. So, like, there's an immediate interest and bond there.
Do you miss this place?
I used to, for a very long time, all I concerned myself with. The absence, the yearning for home. But over time, and with the help of others, I was able to make Glimalios home well, and make a little clan of my own, as it were. So, the missing this place petered out sometime, but there are spikes of homesickness. There are sudden urges, certain experience that is kept here and only here. I still miss the taste of stone turtle. I still miss the feasts.
I can relate.
I imagine you can. And I imagine that spending time in the Western Port would great solace to you at the time.
Aye.
The world is very large. It extends past these, which I was not so very much aware of until I was bought from. And more of the world I saw, the less home occupied. Well, for there were new experiences to replace the old.
Is that why you came here then? To remind yourself?
For that, to see it once more, to see if things had changed, to see if they hadn't, to see if there was a difference in, to see if any of it mattered to them. I've been knighted, I have joined the Inquisitors, I have killed dragons and giants and all these many things done and seen. We are pivotal in so many ways. And part of thought that might make part of me hoped that they would welcome open arms once more. as such.
Hopefully we can protect our home at least.
They seem to be doing decent on their own, but I would be happy to lend. This is where the hatchlings all sleep. They sleep communally. This would be the youngest, though, if memory serves, they will likely be moving on to the next soon. It's every 5 years you move on next barracks. But the smallest of them is where the youngest sleep, with an adult present, of course. Next, the 5 to 10, and that last one, from 10 to 15. This is where me and my siblings spend most of our time when we're not busy. We're often busy.
He's just pointing something out to like sort of move the conversation away from what he was just saying, which was deeply personal and vulnerable feeling.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the whole day is just going to be him walking around and the rest of the group humoring him, and occasionally asking questions.
And the village bustles. There are plenty of people kind of around. There are a number of younger Dragonborn that don't necessarily know you, Vrax, so they kind of treat you civilly. The mentality here is very stoic, of course. Being socialized to stoicism. It's possibly a little comforting to just have that idea that no matter what happens, this place is always rock solid. The day travels on. Occasionally, you'll pass by somebody who is cooking in a group and they'll kind of offer some food. It's always something that is just impossible for everyone but Frack to eat.
Looks at you all sympathetically.
Vrack prepared create water for specific reason.
But as the short periods of sunlight that come with this not just northern climate, but also being sharply in the winter, the sun does begin to threaten to set very early. It's not even 5 before it's already halfway across the Yultail. Out of the corner of your perceptions, you can tell you are being approached by Stonejaw, though now kind of having traded in much of the kind of casual clothing that he had been wearing for a kind of mismatched suit of scale. The largest chunk of it is steel carved scale, but a number of it is just this variety of trophies of the hunt, particularly deadly aquatic life, dragon scales, even a couple scales you don't necessarily recognize at a glance. But he is heading directly towards you. Shield clutched on his arm, battle axe at his hip.
Whatever configuration we're in at the moment, Brack turns to acknowledge and receive it.
There was a time, some many months ago, before this moon came upon us, that we heard a roar.
Yes,
We heard it as our own.
it was. And Rack takes Kosantor from his back and holds it out like in a non-threatening way, just like presenting it but not to him, like not in a way that's saying, look at this, don't take it, you know. A lot has happened since I've left, but I made this. I had this made using fraction of my own soul, and it allowed me to understand some pivot, some basic, but more. And I discovered members of the Order may have come here espousing something of this sort. May not have. But I've learned in my travels that the Order was false away. That Bahamut was receiving our worship and distributing its power. The faith had been corrupted by foul dreamers that Hivemaw now attempts to eradicate from this plane. And I learned all this, and I clutched this axe, and I found the soul out of the soul, and the soul within the soul. And screamed and roared, and it echoed out. And that is what he heard in so many words.
You've done quite a lot since you left this place, since you were told to leave.
Since I was... Sorry, that cut off, I think. Since I was made to leave. Yes.
Indeed. It has led you to this roar. It has led us to this roar.
I do not deign to lead Plaid if that is what you want, sir.
No. No, and that was never a concern. If you'd come here to lead us, you would have tried by now. No. I come here to ask about this. Because you are not clearly the same as the person we told to leave, that we made to leave. And by looking at you, I can only imagine that Hivemaw is not either.
He holds the weight of two empires on his shoulders. He has grown much. He has become exactly the caliber I thought he...
Did he roar as well?
No. No, but he heard it. Well, and he took wind of what I was saying. I explained all that. All matters of order to it. He understood.
Tonight, we are going to draw Krovosir, our progenitor from the sea. I expect to hear that roar again.
You shall, Praetor.
And he kind of, for the first time, kind of shifts his gaze to look at the rest of you assembled.
Rick just gives him a nod.
A little wave.
Cirrus will also wave too when he sees Emir waving.
You're the best.
Chipper bursts out of the backpack with like a bunch of confetti, like a Jack in the Box.
Surprise!
We know not much of what troubles the rest of the world faces. They're not our business. They have not been for a long time, but the red moon, its ill portents. It rises the dead that we buried with the storm. It troubles Ivemall, troubles the others who've left.
It troubles the entire world. What is happening here happens everywhere else. Though perhaps their dead is not quite as so potent as our own. All the same, Atropus, the Red Man, threatens all life. And it is among our duties, among the duties of Hivemore, Osiris, to cause that moon crumble.
Tonight, when we bring Krovosir to the shores, I want you to prove that the breath in your lung is enough to push the red moon back.
As you say, Brit.
He stands and stares for a minute. His eyes, aside from that glance, have not left yours. But for a brief moment, he kind of looks down at Kosantor. And he turns and heads back to the village, back to the waterfront.
Well, the sun setting soon. We have any preparations to make, we should.
We should return to the airship, yes?
Oh. I don't believe we should take the airship into battle. In fact, we should probably
Of course. I might request a short rest. I need to put my belt back on.
We have a bit of time.
I'll relocate the airship inland and join you.
And Brack wordlessly sends Bellicrup with him, so that he's not just walking back alone. He just fly back.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We can reattune stuff in short rests, right?
Yeah, it takes an hour to do attunement stuff.
Right, easy.
And the boys give you a scarf that is like 2 times longer than your entire body.
Aww. Thank you, Top Cup. Mup.
They all say thank you one after another.
I'm...
Oh, Matt, can you send me the elephant gun ammo we bought? I'm probably gonna use it here.
Oh, yeah.
Might help.
How many bullets did you buy?
We bought all of the ones the guy had. I think it was about 20.
20? Certainly.
Sounds good. So 2 things while Matt's doing that real quick. One, Vrax said he would explain later to Emir. Everyone's calling him Steady. Dragonborn give each other like nicknames when they're kids. And it's not like his true name, but it is like the familial nickname, and it's actually what the boys have been calling him this entire time. Sometimes he'll say Steady out loud. Hive Maw is Dralozar. There's some story related to all of these. In the past, we have encountered Ripperor, Pommel, and Bookworm. Those are just some of Vrax's quote-unquote brothers that also have funny names, but also have real names, but they just don't come up. Except Stregnetz and Dralozar's. Bookworm's real name was Stregnetz. Real top name to have. And the other thing, for Cirrus and Emir, who were not here, when Vrak found out that Bahamut was behind his faith, which is an order that is anti-deity, anti-theistic. He had like a whole faith-losing thing. He became a fighter for a while. It was tough. And when he regained his faith, and when he found sort of the way to unlock it purely without any outsider influence, sort of the order's tenets for realsies this time, he roared. And everyone Vrak sort of knew and loved and had formed any sort of relationship or connection with heard that at the time across the globe. At the time, I said that it was as if you were a World War I soldier seeing a mortar launcher for the first time. Feeling a mix of awe and fear and respect and relief that knowing that was on your side.
Yeah.
Came up.
It's good.
So, are there any last-minute preparations anybody would like to make?
No, just open my belt.
Are we like all together now at the defense, the defensive position?
If you would like to be, yeah.
Okay. In that case,
a thing for Wick and Claw specifically that might be important. There are a number of watchtowers that are spread around.
Okay, that's awesome. I will probably get up there and assume a sniper position with the elephant gun, but before I do that, I'm going to cast Gift of Alacrity and Fortune's Favor on Vrak.
Fucking A. I'm also going to give an inspiring speech during that short rest.
Your controlled actor, Candlewick, does not have an item with name Gift of Alacrity. Fuck.
That's because you guys aren't on a battle map. Just make a note of it for now.
Yeah, okay. The reason I'm pre-casting is because Fortune's Favor has a minute cast time.
Right.
So Chipper might want to be in one of those watchtowers too.
Yeah, because she has spell sniper.
She's a spell sniper, yeah.
Oh, Claw Christina says that Claw will take a tower spot and I'll hop down.
Right.
Yep. So Claw and Chipper in one, Wick in another.
Sure.
And so
And-
everybody, add 17 plus 5, so 22 temporary HP.
As I give.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
This whole day's been a lot of fucking giving speeches, so.
Yeah.
I am going to just throttle Nikki until she hits a long rest button.
Yeah.
How
do I
is it?
attempt that?
You said 27, right?
No, 22.
22.
Yeah. It's
Thank you.
level plus charisma, and I have 15. I have 5.
Ah.
5 charisma now, so.
Mm-hmm.
To add temporary hit points, it's right underneath hit points in attributes. There's temp and there's max.
Yeah.
Do you just write 22 underneath the 10?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I.
That is correct. But those of you who are down on the beach, you gather with Stonejaw, who is also at attention, kind of clutching tight at his axe, looking just pissed out at the sea. Are you ready?
Always.
Very well. And a dragonborn kind of breaks the surface, swimming up to the shore and kind of scrambles out. It's coming. Stonejaw claps him on the shoulder and lock the doors. And as you all kind of brace yourselves, the sea breaks, and the skeleton of an ancient bronze dragon rips the surface of the water. Its skull adorned with chips, breaks, and encrustments of gems that still linger on its ancient form. A number of runes carved down to the bones still mark it as the progenitor of this very village. But it is only in facsimile. Whatever life this creature had does not transfer into its undeath. There is something primal about this necromancy. It defiles the very nature of any dignity this creature might have had. And as it breaks the surface and begins upon the shore, a number of similar creatures begin to break around it. Dragonborn skeletons, the mangled remains of those who once lived and died with dignity in this township, now brought back by the Red Moon Atropus, simply to create more. And that's where we're going to leave for tonight, because this is going to be a hell of a fight.
Let's do it.
So we will come back next week with the full party, because Christina and Nikki will not have COVID anymore by then, or else.
That's a warning to the COVID, right?
That's a warning to the COVID. It's on site. And we will have the battle on the shores of Krovokios.
Yeah.
I guess I could show you guys a little bit of the map. It's not going to hurt anything. Let me pause it, make sure I haven't adjusted anybody's position, so
That's fine.
I should activate it, not just view scene.
Yeah.
Oh! That's looking
Yeah.
pretty nice.
Very good. And I can move the map with my fingers, yes.
That's right.
Oh, fancy.
But we will be back to deal with this then. So until then, thank you all for coming out and watching, and until next week. Why does Rudy Giuliani look like that?